The first crack in my life came through a text message I wasn't supposed to see. I was in the kitchen, half asleep, when my wife's phone buzzed on the counter. Just one vibration. Short. Urgent. The screen lit up with a name I didn't recognize and a message that made my stomach drop. Did you tell him yet? Court's coming. I stared at it longer than I should have. My heart started racing, but my brain tried to protect me. Probably work, I told myself. Probably nothing. I put the phone back exactly where it was and poured my coffee with shaking hands. At that point, I still trusted everyone. My wife. My parents. Especially my mother, who'd spent my whole life reminding me how much she'd sacrificed for me. How every decision she made was for my own good. I didn't know then that those words would be used against me in court. Things started to feel wrong in quiet ways. Missed calls from my wife when she was supposedly at the store. My mother suddenly insisting on family meetings without my wife present. My dad avoiding eye contact like he was carrying something heavy and didn't want to drop it. When I asked questions, I got soft smiles and forced laughs. You're imagining things, my mom said once, squeezing my arm. You've always been sensitive. I believed her. I always had. The real unraveling began the night I found the email. I was using our shared laptop to print some documents when a notification popped up. My wife's email still logged in. I shouldn't have looked. I know that. But my hands moved before my conscience caught up. It was from a lawyer. As discussed, your husband is not aware. His mother has agreed to testify regarding his instability and poor decision-making. Instability. I felt like the floor dropped out from under me. I scrolled. My mother's name came up again and again. Messages about finances. About custody. About how I'd never been capable of managing responsibility. My wife knew. My mother helped. The betrayal wasn't loud. It was cold. Precise. When I confronted my wife, she didn't cry. She didn't yell. She just sighed. Your mom said it was the only way, she told me. She said you'd never let go otherwise. That sentence hurt more than the emails. By the time we reached the courtroom, I felt hollowed out. My mother sat across the aisle from me, dressed in black, clutching tissues like props. When she caught my eye, she looked away. When it was her turn to speak, she stood slowly, dramatically, as if the weight of motherhood itself rested on her shoulders. We gave him every opportunity, she sobbed, her voice cracking perfectly. Everything we did was for him. And he threw it all away. She wiped her eyes. My dad nodded beside her, silent but supportive. People looked at me like I was already guilty. I wanted to scream. Instead, I stared at the table, my hands clenched so tight my nails cut into my palms. Then the judge leaned forward. He didn't raise his voice. He didn't look impressed by the tears. He said calmly, you've described your son as incapable of managing his own life. Yet records show he maintained steady employment, paid the majority of household expenses, and initiated counseling. Can you explain that contradiction? The room shifted. My mother froze. She opened her mouth. Closed it. Tried again. Well, he appeared functional, she said weakly. But emotionally. The judge raised a hand. And why, he continued, were you coordinating legal strategy with your daughter-in-law without your son's knowledge? Silence. My wife looked down. My father swallowed hard. For the first time in my life, my mother didn't have an answer. The ruling wasn't dramatic. No gavel slam. No victory speech. But the truth was finally on record. Outside the courtroom, my mother reached for me. I was just trying to protect you, she said, tears streaking her makeup. I stepped back. No, I said quietly. You were trying to control me. She looked shocked, like I'd spoken a foreign language. I walked away alone. It's been months now. Some days, I still miss the version of my life where I trusted without fear. Where love didn't feel conditional. Where my mother's voice felt safe. But I'm rebuilding. Slowly. Honestly. The judge's question didn't just change the room. It changed me. For the first time, I chose myself.